One love to all of you magnificent deep divers. Another beautiful day in the heart of nature. There's no place I'd rather be than with the birds, bees, leaves, and trees. If you are watching this video, this is your confirmation. You are about to overcome what's been stressing you out, what's been holding you back, and you are about to change your life for the best. Because right now, deep divers, a lot of people have been feeling a certain way about everything that's happening on the planet. And I want to remind you, it is not over. Don't give up. Don't quit. Don't cancel your dreams. Don't cancel what you know you came to do on the planet. This is the greatest time to be alive. Why? Because the veil is lifting. The veil of the illusion is lifting. And in the end times, the ancients would always say, there will be a great war. And for a lot of people, it feels like there's a great war on the planet. It feels like spiritual warfare. It feels like people are being divided, separated. And I want to remind you, in this time, choose love over everything and you will be all right. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers, we are out here in the heart of nature. Beautiful day. Guess what? Inner peace is the new prosperity. Happiness is the new rich. Kindness is the new cool. Health is the new wealth. Right now, let's all choose how we want to feel. And right now I'm choosing to start raising the frequency, to start raising the vibration, and of course to breathe in that good ass. Wait a minute. I just get high on my own supply, deep divers. Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. So, deep divers, I want to talk to you about this because nobody is talking about this. People are starting to change. Have you noticed that, deep divers? Like, people are starting to change. And it's got something to do with the last 2 years on planet Earth. A lot of people have gone through hell, trauma, trials and tribulations. They've seen the entire world change. And this has actually affected people's mental health, emotional health, spiritual well-being, even their physical health. I want to share this message with you because a lot of people, when they are going through stress or a new world order, they start to mimic the same energy that's oppressing them. And we must not do that. We must vibrate higher than the energy around us. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? This is how we free ourselves. Right now, we must get our wings back. You see, over the last 2 years, humanity's spirit has been crushed. And a lot of people have been terrified. They've been living in fear. They've been scared. And this is why when you see a lot of people these days, many people have become disconnected from themselves, desensitized. Many people are even scared of other human beings. They're masked up and they're like, hey, I'm afraid of everyone. And I want to remind you, we must not allow ourselves to be afraid of other human beings. What makes us great as humanity is our interaction with other human beings. And once that is lost, we have nothing left. So we have to protect that. We have to remind ourselves, nothing is greater than when human beings come together in their heart space. There's been an agenda to separate human beings, to make human beings aliens to each other. And this is why there has been a split between 3D and 5D. Many people who have been drinking the Kool-Aid, many people who have been living in a perpetual state of fear have distanced themselves from other people, separated themselves from other people, but this is why they feel isolated every single day. Many people now are starting to wake up, and they're starting to wake up to the grand design, okay? And what is the grand design? The grand design is that everything is connected. The grand design is also how the way people are living right now on the planet is part of a grand design by the inorganic ones. And this grand design was all about removing you from source, removing you from the connection to, some people call it God, the creator, the divine, Mother Nature. And this grand design has been in operation from the moment you were born. And it's happening right now. We're seeing how the grand design works. For example, a lot of the mainstream music has dumbed us down as a society. But this is what you need to have an obedient society. You need people who aren't really aware of who they truly are and who are not living in their power. So that's part of the grand design. You see how everything is connected. You realize that a lot of people who watch TV, they were programmed day in, day out. And this is perfect because this now makes you susceptible to mind control. That's part of the grand design. Also, 7-Day Vegan Challenge. There's been an agenda to move people away from natural organic foods. And this is why junk food is cheaper, more accessible. And that's also part of the grand design, because if you don't have people eating to live, you have people eating to die. So when we look at this grand design, you can only make sense of what's going on if you understand and overstand and understand about this grand design. And this is what no one's talking about, that nothing is an accident. Many people say, oh, what's happening in the world just happened by accident. No, there are no accidents or coincidences in the universe. Everything is happening for a reason. And this reason is part of the cause and effect. We have allowed the world to become like this through our own ignorance, because we were programmed to believe that ignorance is bliss. No, ignorance is a golden ticket to your own demise. Slow motion this side. And this is why what we see happening in the world is part of humanity's shadow now coming to haunt us. We don't want to see what's going on. Many people don't believe what's happening, and many people are still in the mass hypnosis. They are oblivious to what's going on. They don't realize their prison is becoming smaller. And what we can do to really free ourselves is to become aware of what's happening, to remind ourselves that there is a force on this planet that does not want to see human beings in their true power. Because if you are in your true power, they lose their power. If you are not in your true power every single day, that's how they survive. The more fear you have, the more they live. The more grief you have, the happier they are. But if you are empowered, they cease to exist. And this is where we can really free ourselves with everything that's happening. We have to remind ourselves, just choosing emotions like joy, love, harmony, we aren't only changing our DNA for the best, but we are impacting everyone around us. We're impacting the field, which can actually change the collective reality. So we have been told time and time again that we are insignificant, that what we say does not matter. You're only one person, and nothing could be further from the truth. You are powerful beyond measure. Yes, you, the so-called little you, is actually super powerful. And when you realize this, you say, actually, it only takes one candle to light 1,000. And this is the reason why I'm still sharing day in, day out on so many different topics to help you become your greatest version. Because I know if you look back in history, it's only ever been one person to change the world. Slow motion this side. And that being is you. Nobody's talking about this. The grand design. Many people don't want to see what's really going on. They would rather distract themselves on TikTok, on Facebook. But we can't just blame people for doing that. It's because many people have been raised and conditioned to not face the truth. We have all been lied to. And right now, the only salvation for humanity is to sober up and face the truth. What is the truth? That this is not how you came to live. You see, what no one is talking about is that it only takes 28 days to create a new neural pathway. In other words, to form a new habit. And many people have become accustomed to this new normal, the new way of living on the planet. Green passes, QR codes. They have forgotten that the more that you accept this, the more it becomes your reality. Until eventually, you cannot live without it. Just like even wearing a face mask, it now becomes a part of your identity. When you take it off, you feel weird. Eventually, you're going to be looking like RoboCop. Goodness gracious. Even the cat down the road is having a chuckle over there, deep divers, right? So I want to remind you that we must not accept mediocrity. We must not settle for something mediocre, because if we do, that is what we're left with. We must not believe that this is all we are worthy for, this world. No, we are worthy for so much more. We are worthy for a world of love and peace and freedom and beautiful artists. And this is what we can all have when we say, actually, this is what we are worthy for. It is time to reclaim our world. It is time to reclaim our freedom. And it is time to reclaim our power. Nobody's talking about this. You see, sometimes people say, Ralph, why do you repeat yourself? As a psychologist, I'll tell you, repetition is how you reprogram the subconscious mind. Slow motion this side. And we have to repeat ourselves. We have to repeat this message of love time and time again because humanity has forgotten about it. You see, the media never take a day off. Wickedness never takes a day off. Why should I? Slow motion this side. Nobody's talking about this. You see, many human beings thought it was a wise idea to ignore the truth. And that truth is always your intuition. Inside of you, you can really tell if something is fishy, if something is off. That intuition is your inner GPS, your guidance system. And many people switched it off to listen to someone else. And this is why humanity is in big trouble. Because you have handed your power over to someone who doesn't care about you. And now the only salvation is to get it back before it's too late. I don't want to hear that, Ralph. I don't want to hear anything that can help me wake up. Sheeps follow the shepherd. Little do they know they're being sent to the slaughterhouse. And right now you have to choose to become a wolf instead of a sheep. Because if you blindly follow the crowd, you're going to be in for a rude awakening. You're going to see that the crowd is lost. And the crowd has chosen to fall asleep through distracting itself every single day. And now it's time to face the music. You see, we have a shadow side of us, and the shadow is the truth of who we are. Sometimes we can pretend on social media to friends and family that our life is beautiful, but our shadow knows the real deal. And you can try and hide, run away from the shadow, but one day it's going to come and you're going to have to face it. And right now, humanity has to face its shadow. It has to face what it's been trying to suppress for so many years, because it's all coming to the surface. Right now, we've got to remind ourselves we're in a spiritual warfare. And the greatest thing we can do is choose love over everything. The inorganic ones are not going to stop. And therefore, we should not stop. I want to remind you, there is a war on your freedom of speech. And if you lose your freedom of speech, you lose everything. So you must protect your freedom of speech. You must protect your mental health and your children's. You must protect your planet, because if you don't, someone else is going to steal it away from you. And they're going to put all of these draconian authoritarian laws and rules and regulations, and they will make you a prisoner in your own home. Slow motion this side. So you have to remind yourself you came here to be a sovereign being, and nobody has the right to own you like they own an iPhone. To say, I own you, and I'm going to tell you what you need and what's best for you. You have to say, actually, I'm a free sovereign being and my destiny is in my own hands. This is how we free ourselves right now. People are changing. There is a great separation. And right now, more than ever, we have to connect with people who make us feel like sunlight. Right now, more than ever, we have to connect with people who remind us of the oneness, and this is the truth. We have to also connect with people who are not afraid to tell us the truth. And I respect people who tell me the truth, no matter how hard it is, because the truth will set you free. And then you'll just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? Can I get a hello there? I want to remind you there is a grand design. And this is why the world is the way it is. But I'm here to tell you, we do not have to put up with the way the world is. We can change and create the new earth and our own reality. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Shout out to everyone who's been getting the wonderful good ass prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. And if you are a sexy ass model, woo, with a whole lot of heart who wants to model the clothing, well, go and buy some, okay? Add me on Instagram for more daily inspiration at Ralph Smart, at official Ralph Smart, and Facebook at Ralph Smart, at Infinite Waters, and Snapchat is that good ass prana, baby. Check out the new book, Deep Divers, for more powerful, life-changing information just like this. Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. They tried to bury us, deep divers. They forgot we were seeds. Remind yourself, every single day, we have to see what's really happening in the world. We can no longer choose to be ignorant. We can no longer choose to turn a blind eye, because if we do, we'll only have ourselves to blame. Right now, stand for truth, stand for peace, stand for love, and have a beautiful day. Peace. Infinite Waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy, peace. You! Leave a comment down below, deep divers of love and appreciation. You want me to go live on this topic? Say, go live, Ralph. Feels so good to be alive, baby. Peace.